The thought of their soft, squishy bodies lurking in the deepest parts of the ocean has inspired monsters like the Kraken and the Caribbean Lusca. Octopuses, those whip-smart but strange cephalopods, seem to symbolize everything eerie and enigmatic about the water. Octopuses are either intelligent, soulful creatures or the stuff of deep-sea nightmares, depending on who you ask. They are frequently portrayed in literature as ghastly, eight-armed monsters that wait in the shadows for prey. But when you get to know them a bit better, you'll discover that these cephalopods are incredibly fascinating creatures despite being unusual and alien in appearance. Here are 10 things you might not have known about octopuses. 1. Octopuses are quite old. The oldest fossilized octopus is thought to date from the Carboniferous epoch, about 296 million years ago. The specimen is on display at the Field Museum in Chicago and is a member of the Pulsipia species. Harmon Courage refers to it as a globular splat or a flattened cow patty, but closer inspection exposes the 8 arms and 2 eyes that are a dead giveaway. Uncertainty among researchers suggests that there may also be an ink sac there. In other words, octopuses had already defined their structure for millions of years before life on land evolved past tiny pre-dinosaur reptiles. 2. Octopuses have 9 brains. One of the most intriguing things you will notice when watching an octopus go about its everyday activities is how agile and flexible its 8 limbs are, especially how they can all move independently. This is due to the fact that there are brains in each arm, making a total of 9 brains in all, including the primary and central brain in the head. The first brain handles the majority of the main body's processes, such as digestion, while the other 8 brains, each housed in a different arm, enabling that arm to move around on its own. As a result, all of the arms are capable of doing a variety of tasks at once. The first brain will instruct one of the other 8 brains with a straightforward instruction, and the other brain will then direct all of the intricate actions necessary to complete the task. It's an amazing and practical system. 3. They're smart enough to use tools. It was once believed that only vertebrates could use items as tools. Contrary to popular belief, certain octopuses have been seen stockpiling 2 coconut shell pieces, which they carry around like a portable house and put together when needed. Most likely, the aquarium crew isn't too astonished. Octopuses kept in aquariums frequently work out puzzles, open jars, get around obstacles, and even figure out sneaky ways to get out of their tanks. 4. Octopuses can change color. The ability of octopuses to alter their skin's pigmentation to any hue they like, similar to chameleons and some frogs, is one shockingly little-known fact about them that makes them incredibly fascinating. The scientific basis for this is a crucial class of organelles called chromatophores. There are a lot of these cell-sized organs beneath the skin of an octopus that can perform an intriguing contracting process that regulates how much light is let out to the skin, entirely altering the hue. Because they have so many chromatophores, octopuses can modify some of them to create incredibly realistic camouflage. The ability of octopuses to change color quickly, in only a tenth of a second as opposed to other species like chameleons, which may take up to a minute, is another fantastic benefit of this process. 5. They can regrow limbs. No big deal if an octopus loses an arm. They can create a new one thanks to an extraordinary regenerative process that kicks in. Additionally, they excel at it. For instance, when lizards renew their tails, the new one is frequently subpar. A regrown limb is practically identical to a brand new one in octopuses. 6. Octopuses have blue blood. Octopuses developed hemocyanin, a copper-based blood pigment that renders their blood blue, to survive in the deep ocean as opposed to iron-based blood. When the water temperature is really low and there isn't much oxygen present, this copper base is more effective in transporting oxygen than hemoglobin. They are, however, also made very sensitive to variations in acidity by this system. Octopuses cannot circulate enough oxygen if the pH of the surrounding water becomes too low. As a result, scientists are concerned about what may happen to the animals as a result of ocean acidification brought on by climate change. 7. They can be deadly. One of the most poisonous marine creatures in the world is the blue-ringed octopus, which is native to Australia. Despite being only 5 to 8 inches long, an octopus has enough venom to kill 26 adult humans in a matter of minutes. Tetrodotoxin, which is present in their strong venom and is 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide, is present. 8. Octopuses have beaks. Yes, you heard correctly, octopuses have beaks that resemble those of birds. Obviously, you can't see a beak when gazing at an octopus because it isn't right on the surface. In contrast to birds, who have their beaks on the surface, the beak, which resembles the beak of a macaw when removed, is embedded within dense muscular tissue. The fact that an octopus can actually break through the hard shell of its food and consume it is due to the combination of its strong beak and tongue, which is fashioned like a drill. 9. Females give their lives to protect their eggs. Up to 400,000 eggs can be laid by a female octopus. She spends her entire life, including the hours after she stops eating, guarding the eggs from the minute they are laid. The eggs usually hatch after at least 5 months, but one deep-sea octopus was seen watching over her eggs for almost 4.5 years. After her eggs hatch, the female octopus will die, her job done. 10. Octopuses can swim at 40 kilometers per hour. The first thing that comes to mind when thinking of an octopus is unquestionably not a fast swimmer. Octopuses are far speedy than we give them credit for, considering that they have 8 legs and a crooked head, neither of which appear ideal for swimming. Octopuses can swim at 40 kilometers per hour, and on rare occasions even faster, by spreading out their 8 legs into the shape of a parachute, then pressing them back into a straight shape and being propelled backward. To put it into perspective, most humans can't even swim at over 2 kilometers an hour. The fastest speed ever recorded was 9.66 kilometers per hour by Michael Phelps, and that's still not even a quarter of the speed that these incredible swimmers can go at. To put that into perspective, the majority of people are incapable of swimming faster than 2 kilometers per hour. Michael Phelps set the record for the fastest documented speed at 9.66 kilometers per hour. But even that is nowhere near the speed that these amazing swimmers can reach.